We interviewed a number of builders who had built, very nice homes in the neighborhood and the like. When we would go through a home that Ken had built, there just was a level of detail that we felt was a notch above most of what we saw other people doing. When I interviewed Kent, I just felt like we communicated very well. I showed him the preliminary architectural drawings, the plans, the sketches of what we wanted to do, and felt that he saw the vision, he saw what we wanted to achieve, and very early on in the interview process, kind of embraced the vision, and we saw from his responses how we felt he could take it to a higher level, and we feel he did.
Michael, I have to say, he really made the final decision on our builder because he was going to be the one working more closely with him at that beginning phase. As I came in more when it was the design, the light fixtures and picking out all the hardware and the paint and all of the finishing touches. Michael was right there with Kent doing all the final measurements, and they are both perfectionists and played off each other, and they spoke the same language.
I actually paid for my bids because I wanted the best estimates that I could get from the builders. I didn't want them just to put pen to paper, but I really wanted to know what it was going to cost. So I hired the person I was thinking of hiring to give me a realistic construction bid, and then I had them evaluate each other's bids. And even though Kent's bid was higher, he would look at the other bids and say, "You're never going to get your finished plumbing doing at the level you're talking about for that bid. That's just unrealistically low." Most of the house is my wife's. I mean, all the lovely decorated rooms and everything, that's her. I love my man cave, the garage. I'm into bicycling, working on bikes, repairing old bikes, restoring antique bikes and stuff. So I've got, my little place out in the garage. I love to go out there, turn the TV on, listen to a game, and work on my bikes on a Saturday afternoon. I love that room. The wine room's unique. We started collecting wine many years before we built the house, so we've got some, kind of old special bottles down there that we've accumulated over the years. That's kind of fun when you entertain, taking somebody downstairs. It's a little bit different. Makes the house a little different than a lot of them in the neighborhood. Having a home office is wonderful. I work a lot of hours. Instead of being at work typing or dictating until 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, I can come home, have dinner with my family, close the doors, and disappear in there and get my job done. So, having a home office is an incredible luxury.
The living room, this is where we celebrate Christmas morning. We put our tree in the corner, and the dining room we wanted open to the kitchen so we had easy access, and I love the kitchen. I wanted the refrigerator to look like an armoire from the outside. People come in our kitchen and they have no idea where anything is because everything is like mysterious. Where's the trash? Because everything looks like drawers, or the dishwasher. So they covered everything with the panels to make it look like it was something else. And we're really happy. I love the countertops and just getting those all perfectly clean, and the feel, the texture of them. It's a joy to clean my kitchen.
The house gets used heavily, but it works for what we wanted. We wanted the big, gathering place in the kitchen, places where 3 or 4 people can be cooking at once. Our children love to cook. We love to cook. We love to entertain, and so having the large gathering spaces like that, in the backyard, in the kitchen with the morning room right there, it fits the way we live. I do a lot of entertaining for my business. One of the things that we found over the years is you can build relationships sometimes better, at home in your own kitchen, entertaining a group of clients than you could at a fancy restaurant. So we will very often have groups of clients and coworkers over to the house. And what Kent did in terms of the descent down into the wine cave, the way that he did the curving barreled ceiling treatment, where you open the door to what you think maybe is just a hallway coat closet, and there's just this inviting, kind of mysterious tunnel that you go down, and just the way that he handled the ceiling treatment with that. Ceiling treatments throughout the whole house that he came up with, the coffered ceiling in the master bedroom, the groin vaults in the hallway as you go from the master bedroom toward the master bath, just things that we would never have imagined trying to incorporate into a house, and he would walk through there and look and go, you know, I want to try something kind of fun here if you guys are okay with it.
The beams, I was so amazed how they made these, because at first we thought, well, we want to get some really old beams that were pulled from some farmhouse somewhere, and we realized that was going to be pretty pricey. So Kent said, well, let me just make up a sample of a beam for you. And we had no idea what he was going to do or how he was going to do it. You know, making all the knot holes and carving all the you know, forms in it, and it looks like an old beam, and then they stained it, and they did this on all of our ceilings.
It's kind of fun having space in a house for a pool table. I've got a 29-year-old son and a 20-year-old son, and when they come home on weekends and stuff, just to spend an evening up there, you know, shooting pool and talking and stuff, it's, you know, special.
Sunday is Grandparents' Day, so we have them over every Sunday with the kids, and it's a special day for us. And the island is perfect because we put my mom there, and I have her help me, you know, chopping vegetables or whatever. I love the big sink rather than have it divided. And I actually wash her hair in that sink every Sunday because she has a hard time doing it herself.
We had bicycled through Italy and through the south of France, and one of the things we really loved was getting up in the morning at the little B&Bs and going out and having breakfast in little, you know, patios or tiny piazzas or whatever, the little courtyards, and wanted to try and capture that feeling. So we had a little taste of that northern Italy, southern France in our own backyard.
I found this picture of a powder room that I got so excited about. So that room really came together. I found the light fixtures. We would go around to all the stone and granite yards in Anaheim, and just sitting on a shelf, we found this bowl that was perfect color. And I never imagined mixing tile with stone, with glass, and I loved all the different textures. And then Joe, our cabinet guy, ended up fabricating the piece for, you know, the cabinet. Ken helped us a lot with the master bathroom, that whole piece that's behind the bathtub, just that whole antique look, and the mirror. The bathtub, we searched all over for something that was simple, but, you know, that old world feel.
He brought us over a sample of what he called German glass, and opaque, bubbled, very distorted, but very beautiful. And we ended up using that in our kitchen windows, which face a neighbor's side yard, and the windows in the master bath, just to create, you know, privacy, and it worked, and had a very high level of elegance as well.
My daughter hasn't really had the opportunity to live here long because she got married shortly after we built the home. So she said, it's not fair. I wish I could have lived there longer, but I had a lot of fun with the terracotta, and the stone on her countertop was one of my favorites, and the bathtub. He has all the mirrors heated on the back so that we never have any problems, you know, when the bathrooms get steamy. I mean, he thought of all those little details. So that's nice. We wouldn't have known to do that ourselves.
The level of pride that most of the people that worked on the house brought into it, I was really, truly amazed. I think maybe they sort of got it, though. They were buying into the vision and what it could be. Joe certainly did. I mean, he got so pumped up, where it was kind of like Kent was turning him loose to where he could really show what he was capable of doing. He's saying, good, nobody's, you know, pulling back on the bridle, but they're letting me run and letting me try and do some special stuff. So, I mean, he came up with, you know, a lot of the pieces. We're very happy with the home that we have, and I don't think, had we hired a different builder, chances are it would not have come out nearly as nice. If I was going to build another home, and I do think about building another home, because eventually this house is going to be too big for us, and I don't know if I could step back into a track-built home again. I mean, it's pretty special living in a house that everything is the way you always dreamed it would be. And if I was going to build another home, I'd probably have Kent build it.